Hi everyone, so let us solve today's problem of the day, that is minimum distance between two numbers. So what is the question state is that we have an array of elements and two integers x and y. We need to return the minimum index space distance between these two integers, and we need to return a minus 1 if either x or y does not exist in the array. So what is the question state is that we have an array of elements and we have two integers x and y. So we need to find these integers indexes in this particular array, and we need to find the minimum index distance. So why minimum? Because there can be some duplicate elements of x and y as well in this particular array, and if either of x and y is not present in my array, so I have to return a minus 1. So for example, if we have this particular question as input, the array is 1 2 3 2, and x and y is 1 and 2 simultaneously. So what is the distance, index of these elements, array elements, that is 1 is present at 0 1 2 3, right? So what is the difference between two index? That is index 1 minus index 2, where index 1 is the index of this x and index 2 is index of this particular y. So we need to take the absolute value of this particular difference. Okay, and for example, we have x as 1 and y as 2. So 1 is present at 0th index and 2 has two instance of it, that is at first index and the third index, right? So what we can do is we need to find this difference. So at this point, we have the difference as 1 when we are considering the y which is present at the first index. And at this point, we have the difference as 3, right? When we are considering the y which is present at the third index. So in this case, we have two differences, that is 3 and 1. So obviously 1 is smaller than 3, so we get the answer as 1 in here. Okay, and if any of these two elements were not present in this array, so we would have returned minus 1 in that case. So, how do we solve this problem? Is that every time, first of all, the expected time complexity is O of n. Okay, so we need to think some approach in a single loop, right? So, what we can do is at every index, we need to find these one instance of these two indices, right? And we need to find its difference and keep storing its minimum. So that is the logic. What we'll be doing is we'll be iterating through the given array, and at every index I can check if that particular element is either my x variable or either my y variable, right? So at any time I am while I am iterating, if I am getting both the indices, like if I encounter that I have got both the indices, so in that case I can just subtract those two indices and store it in my difference, right? So this will be our whole approach. You'll be more clear to it once I show you the code. All right, so this is the code, guys. We have two indices, ind1 and ind2. So both of them stores the index value of x and y simultaneously. Then we have an answer which is initialized to max. So every time I am looping through my array, so what we can do is we can just check if that particular element is equal to x. So if it is equal to x, I will store it in my index 1. Again, I can check if that particular element is equal to y, so I will store it in my answer 2. And at every instance, what we can do is we can just store their difference. If we encounter that both of them are not equal to minus 1, that means we have got our difference, and at the end we can just check if we have encountered our answer or not. If not, we will return minus 1, else we will return our answer. So I hope you're clear with this approach. Thank you.